Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to Coffee Time with John and Momma. It is Christmas morning, and I am feeling blessed. Got my blessed cup out this morning because Christmas is a great day. And I'm going to get the stuff ready for the dressing. And I'm going to use this bowl, and I'm going to put it in the microwave. I'm going to show you how quick and easy. Now, I've seen other people, they saute, they do a lot of chopping and all this. This is a shortcut version, but it doesn't shortcut your taste, so why not do it, right? So, I'm going to use the old chopper here, and all I'm going to do is quarter these onions. I'm going to point you down here to my chore board so you can see what I'm up to. We've got family coming over for lunch, and in fact, they're already here. You're having coffee. Of course, everybody here comes here is going to have some coffee. Mama's in there getting some other stuff ready. I hope she's wrapping me a big old present or something. I don't really know what she's up to this morning. And this is just going to kind of eighth this onion up. Just cut it in eighths. And then I'm going to stick it right in here and chop it up. This thing saves so much time. I used to do all this by hand. Now, I've got my blade in there. I'm going to put the onion in there. And then just, really, I will probably over chop. Y'all know me. I love to chop. And that's 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do one more, but that's probably enough, really. Look there. Perfect chopped onions. And that was a lot quicker than what I would have done with the knife. I promise you. Because it takes me a while with the knife. There's no hard feelings between me and the chopper. Even though he cut me the other night. It wasn't him, it was the prepping chop. So be careful with these little blades. They are sharp and they are real. They're real little sharp blades. So don't be fooled by their tininess. And I was washing it, just took it out of the dish strainer, and I don't really know how I cut myself. You ever do those crazy things, you're like, how did I do that? I'm not using that finger, but it's not open and it's good. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the celery. I'm just going to chop it up. I've done cleaned it, and I've done cut the ends off. And I'm just going to quarter this up, and yes, I'm going to use those leaves because those are full of flavor. People throw those away like they're garbage. These are the heart of celery. In fact, some places charge extra for that heart of celery. And they're going to chop up, and they're going to cook up, and they're going to be delicious. So don't waste your leaves of your celery. I'm going to put them right here on top of these onions because they're soon going to be in the pool together anyway, so it won't hurt a thing. I've cut up a whole stalk of celery just to see how much I need, and if I don't need all of it, I'll put that in a Ziploc bag or something, and I'll have it to eat later. I love it. We've got the homemade pimento cheese that Mama made, and we'll eat it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes you need to shake it, just to put different stuff in different areas. That was about 6, wasn't it? There you go. Homemade chopped up celery. Well, I didn't really make this celery at home. This was good old store-bought. But look how perfect that is for my dressing, and how quick that is. Now, I don't know, we have sauteed it in the past. Saute your onions to soften them and all that with butter. But I find this is quicker and easier. And, you know, on Christmas morning, if you're fixing dinner for your family, you want everything to be quick and easy. And I know some of you said, why didn't you make that last night? You can make it the night before. But we do it so quick and easy. It really ain't that hard to go ahead and just do it this morning. As y'all can see, it's 11:35. We're not going to eat till 1. This will be good and done by then. Going to put these leaves, these tops in there. The tops actually have a ton of flavor, and they are so good. You know, one thing I want to try, if y'all, I was going to try it with this one, but I cut it up wrong. You can cut the whole bottom off at one time and stick the bottom in a pot of dirt. If I cut up some close in February or something, I'm going to try that and see if it'll grow celery, and then plant it in the garden. Maybe a little early in the year now to do that. But I'm just curious to see if it works. I guess it would work. That's what they say. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it a shake. 5, 6. Let's see what it looks like. See if it... There it is, celery. Are y'all looking at videos over there? Oh, they're watching me. They're watching the live. I thought, what are they watching over there? They're watching me. Okay, so this is the celery and the onions in here. And I just put one medium onion in there. I think that will be enough. I don't think we need another one. I might put a little dash more onion because this is going to be a pretty good size dressing. I won't put another whole onion. I'll just put another half because that was a medium size. I do want it to have onion flavor. So I'm going to put, I might not put this one. Let's see what it peels down to. Get that last, do y'all take the last layer off? I always do. I guess it's just onion too, but I don't want it on there for some reason. Yeah, let's see, it's fine under there. Maybe it makes it easier to peel, but my granny always took that layer off. Mama always takes it off. I just think you're supposed to take it off. I don't know. So I'm going to put just a dash more onion in there. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, since that's the last of it, I'm going to get my handy dandy spatula here and I'm going to clean it out good because I don't want to waste any of this freshly shredded goodness. My Aunt Bernice over here making homemade sweet tea. Do y'all have sweet tea for Christmas? Sweet tea is not just a summer drink in the South. It's the house wine of the South, they say. So anytime you go somewhere southern, they're probably going to offer you sweet tea. And I know some of you folks from up north and other places, and we've traveled before, and you'd ask for sweet tea, and they'd look at you like, we'd only have tea. And they would always have a little bottle of syrup, and you can make it sweet. And so I kind of stole that idea. So in the summer, sometimes I'll make a simple syrup and have just to add to drinks or something. Just like if you want a little bit more in your lemonade, or if you want a little bit more in your sweet tea. But sweet tea is a well-known Southern thing. Okay. There's really no measurements in this little world right here. This is just celery and onions, and that's about enough. I put about 4 stalks of celery and a medium onion, a large medium onion, or I actually put a smaller medium onion and a half of another one. So just enough. Now to this, I'm going to add, this is just Swanson's chicken broth. And it says here non-GMO, non-MSG added, 100% natural chicken broth. Mama's got chicken broth, homemade chicken broth over there that she's going to use too. Oh, that looks like it may have been opened. So I'm not going to use that. Maybe Mama opened this. Did Mama open this? I don't know. No, just I'll get some of that other out of that. Give me some of that Kittle right there. Just put it in that drainer, in that measuring cup, that glass measuring cup, and I'll just use some of it if you don't care. I just got that, picked that up off the counter. Mama might have opened it. When she comes in here, I'll ask her. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of butter in here. You can do this with water if you need to, but I usually do it with the chicken broth. It gives it a little bit more flavor. Into that, I'm going to add salt, and I'm going to put about a good tablespoon of, not a tablespoon, but I have a teaspoon of salt in there, and that's all it's going to get. Just trying to get that open. These are Mama's antique salt pepper shakers, and they have a little spout where you can pour or to shake. So when you're cooking, you can pour it. So I'm going to put about the same amount of black pepper in there. Then to this, oh thank you. So this is Mama's homemade broth. Probably better anyway than the Swanson. So you just need enough in there. You don't have to cover it. You just have to have enough in there for it to steam up. This is going to cover it though, so that works out really good. So into this, I'm also going to add, now this won't be all the poultry season we add, because when I start mixing it in a few minutes, I will show you that process. But I'm going to add to this, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of poultry season. Now it's going to make it turn a greenish color. That's perfectly normal. There's nothing wrong with the coloring, because that's what poultry seasoning is. Now what is poultry seasoning? Poultry seasoning is a blend of sage and different, let me just see here, ingredients. It includes spices, pepper, sage, and salt. There's all kinds of little spices and poultry seasoning. So this is just to make these flavor as they cook. And then I'm going to add a little bit of rubbing sage. And this is just for flavor, like everything else. So I'll put about the same amount of rubbing sage in there. Rubbing sage is a green color too. The leaves on it, before you grind them, they're green. So I'm just going to stir this in. This is salt, pepper, rubbing sage, and a little bit of poultry seasoning. 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter, and then chicken broth. And that's all that's in this pool. And this is the beauty of it all right here. So I'm just going to take this bowl. This is a glass bowl, let's say, for the microwave. And I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap. And then I'm going to put, here's Mama. Mama, this was open when I opened it. Had you already opened this?
No, I haven't.
You hadn't?
I don't think I had.
You don't think you have?
When we was fixing chicken the other night, did we use any chicken broth or anything?
I don't know, but this seal down in there was open.
Well, don't use it.
No, use it. Don't use that stuff, folks. We don't know where that is. Mama won't. Mama taught me well. You don't use anything that's been open like that. That's what that safety seal is all about. So if she don't remember opening it, I'd rather throw the whole thing away is to worry with it. So we've got plenty of homemade broth anyway. I was just going to use that as a little adder. So this is going in here, and then I will put. Could you hand me that cream of chicken soup right there, please? And thank you. That right there. Thank you. This has got the pull tab on it. Thank goodness. This is just the store brand cream of chicken, but it's good. It's just the same as the other. And going to put that right in here too. Now this will just cream it up. What it does, what it says, cream of chicken. It just adds a little cream to it, adds a little flavor to it, and makes it richer, heartier. All this is just going in the same bowl for the microwave. And I didn't get the cling wrap out either. Mama's going to...
Pour 2 cans of chicken broth.
Okay.
If you need it.
I don't need it. I used your homemade, Mama. Alright, I'm going to stir this in. This will make this nice and creamy. So here's what you have in this bowl. And this is the heart of the dressing. Actually, it's the butter, the cream of chicken, the onions, the celery, the poultry seasoning, and the sage. And then I'm just going to put some cling wrap right over top of it. You want a good seal on it. So you want to make sure your top is good and dry. And then it will bubble up in the microwave. And I'm going to put this in there for 8 minutes, and then I'll check it, see what it's like. But as long as it bubbles good, boils good, that's fine. Now you remember, this is not the final cook on this. So as you're softening your celery and you're softening your onions in this bowl and you're getting all these flavors married together, that's great. And then you're going to pour it in here, and then we're going to bake this after that, and we're going to bake it for a good 30 minutes. Everything in it's going to be done. We don't put eggs in ours. I know some of y'all do, and that's great if you do, and it's great if you do. So that's all you got to do. Put that down there good and tight, pull that around, and it'll cook. And we're going to put it in there for 9 minutes. Mama, you want to do the honors? Can you reach there?
Sure.
Now, right here is the cornbread. Look at that bowl. The cornbread and the biscuit bread. Y'all see Mama make that the other day? Well, here it is. This is where it ended up. All crumbled up in this bowl. And I'm going to add that mixture into here, and we'll stir it down, and then we will add some more Mama's homemade broth in there in a few minutes just to make it richer and thicker. And so as soon as this cooks, we'll come back with that, or we'll just depends on if we fumble around here for 9 more minutes and it's done, then I'll show you that without having to break. Mama started the apples. I was going to do them last night, but to be honest with you, I just got lazy and got distracted and didn't do them. Mama's blowed up the microwave. No, it's just the thing's off track. I got lazy last night and didn't peel the apples because I wanted to use fresh apples. So we've started the cinnamon apples this morning. I didn't film that when we started because it takes a minute for them to get red. Mama's going to hand them over here and let us look at them and let y'all see, and I'll tell you what we did. It's very simple. That's one reason I didn't think we would have to film it, because it's so simple and so easy. Just set them on my cook.
Didn't put no sugar in yet. I'm going to give you a spoon and see if you think they need sugar.
So here's the apples, and they're starting to get the red. Now what we did is I peeled up, I don't know how many apples, probably 6 or 7 apples. And I peeled up just different kinds. Whatever had a little shrivel on it, y'all know how you do. If it starts to swivel, or don't, but now some of these were just from our treat bags, and they were still fresh. But this is just peeled apples, and you put them in here, and we put 2 bags of these Red Hots. I think some of y'all sent these to us when we couldn't find them. And we put 2 bags of these on top of the apples. You don't want to add your sugar until the very end, because it'll scorch and sticks. But the sugar that's in these, it maintains a little easier. But the longer they sit in this wonderful thick red juice, the redder they'll get, and they'll get red all the way through. So these will have been cooking. Now they'll get mushy a little bit, but they'll still hold their integrity if you don't over stir them. As long as they are sitting in this, they're absorbing that good cinnamon and that hot, and they won't be over hot though. Mama likes them. And but we took 2 bags of these, and these are just the little Red Hots, the little disc, little cinnamon Imperials, or well, they used to call it Imperials. This is called cinnamon flavored candy, and it's Red Hots. And you took 2 of these, Mama? Is that what we did?
Yes, 2 packages.
And then she's going to put a cup of sugar?
I don't know. I said, I laid you a spoon out to taste them. I don't know how sweet they be.
How sweet they be.
How sweet they turned out.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. There is sugar in that candy, of course.
Yeah.
So you do want a taste of them. I'll be glad to taste of these little red cinnamon apples. We have these almost every Christmas. I can't remember one we've not. And we have them a lot throughout the year, at least 3 or 4 times throughout the year, just because. I like some red cinnamon apples. Another thing, like if you have a cough or during cold flu season, they work like a cough drop. You can just eat them, and they're just soothing to your throat.
You eat these hot tamales and get a hot mouth ice.
Mama eats hot tamales. Now, you all explain to me how she can't take a little bit of pepper, but she'll eat a hot tamale. Mama, they don't need a lot of sugar, so we'll start with a half a cup.
Okay,
And
there it is for you.
You ready for me to go ahead and add it?
Yeah, and I'll put them back in warm and take them in the dish, and that kitty can be washed.
So we'll literally just put a half of Mama's old-fashioned cup here in it. You see there. And but you got to stir them a little bit better now. And you just want to fold those in, or you will have applesauce. But now let me tell you, there ain't nothing wrong with some good red cinnamon applesauce either. You can make apple pies with this. You can make this any way you want to do it. You can use any way you want to. But that's all those get for now. If they need a little more sugar, it's simple to add and it'll dissolve quickly. Some of those whiter apples there, those were the Granny Smiths. They will absorb a little slower than these other. These others were mostly golden delicious. So these will be ready. We're not going to eat for another 2 hours. So these will be even redder and even better by the time.
1 hour and something, 1 hour and a half.
10. I guarantee it'll be 2 hours.
If I can lift that.
Mama, you're a superwoman. You can do anything. And then we'll get to stirring on this. We're having carrots and corn and green beans, turkey, ham, dressing, pineapple casserole. I'm going to stir it up in just a second. I could do that while we're waiting on that to fix.
Here's some pineapples.
Okay, hand me that, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy I have turned this. I made this not long ago for y'all, but
That's got a lot of juice in this, so I don't know if you want to use it all.
probably will, Mama, because it thickens. The original recipe was a lot different than what I do, as I told y'all before. Let's see what y'all are saying here. It says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. Mama, tell everybody Merry Christmas. You just got in here.
Merry, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. I know y'all are busy with your own lunch, and some of y'all be watching this on replay. So, Merry Christmas to each and every one of y'all. And going to open up another. The original recipe called for pineapple tidbits, and then I usually ended up cutting them a time or two just to get them good. And I thought, why not just use crushed pineapple? The original recipe said to drain them, and I thought that's a lot of good juice just going away or putting it in a jar and drinking it, because I will drink it. I ain't above drinking some pineapple juice. So it evolved into a quick and easy recipe for us. And I don't play by the rules, but it's always delicious, and it's very good and very easy. Mama's going to hand me the casserole she's going to put this in. It's probably not the one we usually use, because this is Christmas, and we use our Christmas special dishes. Y'all have Christmas special dishes? Oh, Mama's bringing out the really special one. We would never use this just because, and I'm telling you right now, the celery and onions and the sage is turning this house into a Christmas wonderfulness. Mama, come here.
Yes, sir.
Let them see you here.
You want me to
You're
and I'm darting out.
You're darting again. I'm going to just butter it, because we're going to use some butter anyway. You don't really have to do anything. This just keeps that gooey goodness of sugar from really sticking on there and getting too, on there for good. So in here, I'm going to put a whole can, and folks, this is a 20-ounce can.
Ooh.
So I probably won't need all that, Mama. This is a 20-ounce can. And in here is some we had left over. We don't throw away anything. So we had made some cheese balls and stuff didn't need all the pineapple. If you'll hand me that slotted spoon, I can dip what else out of here.
I've used the slotted spoon.
I've got another one, Mama. I don't need that. I've got one right here on standby. And I will just dip out, because this was from another can. So this was a smaller can. What was it?
It was the same size can.
20-ounce can.
I drained the pineapple, all the juice out of pineapples to go into the cheese ball.
Okay.
And I'm drained them real dry.
That's right. You did that the other night. So this is going to be probably another 5 ounces of pineapple I'm putting in here. And I am going to put just a scant of the juice just to make it. So they say drain it. I say add a little bit more juice. That juice turns, when you put the flour in there, it turns into a jelly, really. I mean, it thickens it, and it's really good. So that's what I'm doing. My pan, that works for my pan, so that's what I'm fixing it. You don't have to go exactly by the recipe. Now, this is so quick and so easy. Let me show you here. Mama?
Yes.
I didn't get the recipe even out.
It's right there in that book.
Is it 3 tablespoons of flour?
I don't know.
It's a cup of sugar. And I think 3 tablespoons of flour is what I put in mine. And the flour acts as a thickening agent. So I'm going to go ahead. That's 1. These are tablespoons. 2. 3. I think the original might have called for 5. Seems like that number sticks in my head. That's 3 tablespoons of flour. And you just want to stir this into this. Now it's going to turn. Let me turn you down. My camera person, which is me, needs lessons. This is going to turn a white looking, but see how simple? This is just literally what I said. Just put cans of crushed pineapple in here, and you could use 2 cans. If you made it in a larger container, it would hold 20.
Can you?
It would hold 2 20 ounces.
Can you read that?
I want to. Let's pour the recipe.
What I've done with my glass. It's taped on there.
I'll read you the real recipe, and that way you will know. I want to show you this recipe too.
Oh, it's nasty.
It's nasty, but doesn't that make them special? Look at this little recipe, folks. This is Mama's little recipe. It's upside down, but look at that little card. She's got it put under plastic now. Here's the real recipe. It says 2 cans of pineapple tidbits drained. I put a note on here, better to not drain it. 1 cup of sugar mixed with 5 tablespoons of flour. 1.5 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. 1 roll of Ritz crackers crushed. 1 stick of butter melted. And then it just says layer the ingredients in the casserole dish. So it is 5 tablespoons of flour. I don't ever put 5 tablespoons. And I do put the juice, so I don't know with the original recipe. Mama, did you clean my fork, my spoon, Mama?
It fell on the floor.
Oh, it fell on the floor. Well, we'll just get us another spoon here and stir this flour in here. So this, it says 5 tablespoons of flour. You all seen me. I just put 3 tablespoons of flour because that's what I put. I don't never put the whole 5. And I don't drain it, and I don't use tidbits. I use the crushed. I'm like Mama. Might as well not even read the recipe because I ain't done one thing the recipe says so far. Except put it in a casserole dish. So, my recipe is a can and some of crushed pineapples. You could use 2 20-ounce cans if you had a big old container and you're with your family. They're going to love this. Some people use it. If I use more, if I use 2, I would use 5. But for this amount, I'm just going to use 3 tablespoons of the flour, and it will. And you can see I've dissolved it all in there, and I want you to see the color of it. It's just a creamy, nice color. And to this, it says a cup of sugar, and I'm going to use a scant cup. I'm not going to use a whole cup. I'm not using a whole cup. I'm just going to kind of cut down on that sugar just a little bit. I was going to try to make this with stevia. I really was. And one of my bosses said, don't mess up Christmas. Just do it right. Yes, ma'am. Doing it right. But I am going to make it with stevia on a non-as important occasion, just on a Tuesday. And I'm going to see if I like it just as well. And if Mama says, okay, it's just as good, we'll make it with stevia, then we'll start using stevia. My cousin, who is my Aunt Bernice's son, Wendell, he surprised me, was over at his house at Thanksgiving, and he pulls out this little jar. He's very crafty, as y'all know. He's the one that does the pepper grinders that y'all ask about, and I say they ain't no more of them. He pulled out this little jar of green powder, and he said, here, you want to try this stevia? And I said, is that stevia? He said, yeah, I grew it. He grows fresh stevia, dries it, and grinds it, and puts it in a thing. So, if I get all ambitious, I may get him to show me how to do that, and I may grow some stevia since we're going to be using it. But he said the other stevia is bleached, and this is just the natural stevia. And some of y'all out there I know are going to say, yes, John, we knew that. But I didn't. I'm just walking around the world in a daze, not paying attention. But anyway, so he grew stevia, and he has homemade fresh stevia, and it smelled just, it was sweet. It was just, so I'm going to try that. Okay, so I'm going to get a tube of Townhouse crackers. You can use Ritz or you can use Townhouse, but it's not time for them yet on here. And I'm going to bake this in the oven for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to cover it with cheddar cheese, and then I'm going to take a tube of crackers, and it says to mash a tube of Ritz crackers. You can use Ritz or Townhouse, whatever you want to use, and then put the Townhouse crackers over the cheese, and then take a stick of butter, melt it, and drizzle it over the crackers. Once again, I don't do it that way. I take my crackers and I put it in my melted butter and stir all the crackers up, so each and every cracker has a chance to get with some butter. And then I cover my top, and that way I feel I get a better consistency all across. And so this is going to be baked for about 20 minutes, and it'll firm up, and then I'm going to add the cheddar cheese, and then I'm going to add the Townhouse crackers. Now our other mixture is done, so I can show you all about the dressing and mixing it up. Bernice, can you put that over there, and we'll put it in the oven? As long as I can remember, my mama and my Aunt Bernice has cooked Christmas and Thanksgiving, and it's just been always a tradition to be in the kitchen, stirring around, and just the chaos of cooking and the chaos of Christmas, and I love every moment of it. It's all a part of the tradition. Do you all have those traditions? Do you have that loud family that comes over, or do you have the quiet family? Or do you order out or have it catered? Some folks just have it catered. But we've always just got in here, each person knows pretty much what they're going to make and do it. Mama used to do all this, and over the years, I was just nosy and got right in the middle of everything. And over the years, I started helping her, and then it didn't take her long to start assigning me chores and say, get that dressing mixed up so I can get in the oven. And I said, yes, ma'am, and I get that dressing mixed up. So over the years, Mama's given me my assignments. Haven't you, Mama?
Yes.
Mama's been awful quiet today. Mama? She's in her mode.
Trying to concentrate.
She's trying to concentrate on cooking. She's in her mode. If you got the stuff, can we get it out of the microwave?
Oh, yes, I can get it out.
This is the cornbread and the biscuit bread. And I had a spatula. Did you already get my spatula?
It's laying right there.
No, I didn't either. I didn't have it out yet. There it is. This is my other favorite spatula. And this is cornbread and biscuit bread, and that's all that's in here. It's just crumbled up. And you can see here, we don't just stand and crumble, crumble, crumble. As you can see there. This is all going to be wet with hot liquid. This is going to dissolve down to...
Don't touch it.
This is going to dissolve down, and it's going to be liquefied and great. Now here you can see this mixture in 9 minutes is done. And it's hot, and it's steaming, and it's perfect for the dressing. See there? It's all the... I'm telling you, if they would make an air freshener like this... Come on now. They make the cookies, and they make... Why don't you make an onion, celery, and sage air freshener, Glade? Or anybody out there listening to me. This is a wonderful smell to come home to. It's awesome. So I'm going to pour this whole hot mix right in here. So we can get started with the mixture. So there it is. That's the celery and the onions, the cream of chicken, and the what amount of sage I've already put in there, which was just enough to flavor the onions as they cook, and the poultry seasoning. And now I'm just going to mix this up. And you want it to be good and moist. You want all that bread. Now what will happen is all that liquid that I just put in there is now going to absorb into this bread. And Mama's took my bowl and she's going to fill it up with some of her homemade broth, and I'll add it in as we need it.
I'll wait to see if you need it before I fill it.
Oh, your Mama says I ain't doing nothing right now. You're doing the dressing. Ain't that right, Mama?
That's right.
But it's going to need some more. I can tell you this right now, because this is not enough. And it's going to need more sage, and it's going to need more poultry seasoning. You know how I tell y'all all the time, you cook with your eyes. You eat with your eyes first, so if it don't look appetizing, you're not going to eat it. You cook with your eyes too. Once you've made this enough, and you've made it long enough, you're going to look at this and that ain't right, without even tasting it. Cindy says, looks good. It's going to look better, Cindy. Hey, Corey, I just joined what was in the hot liquid. Sorry, I missed it. Corey, that was a bowl, and I put... I'm just going to simplify it and say a large medium onion, because I used a smaller medium and a half onion, and I put about 4 or 5 ribs of celery, and then I put poultry seasoning, just about I forget what I even told y'all, 1/8 of a teaspoon or so, and a little bit of sage, about the same, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and 3 tablespoons of butter.
1/4 a teaspoon of sage. 1/4 a tablespoon.
No, 1/4 a teaspoon is all I put in the original.
Oh, in the...
That's not the overall. Mom said that ain't enough sage. And I put it in the microwave. I put cling wrap, saran wrap over top of it, and let it cook for 9 minutes. And that, instead of sauteing in a skillet, the butter and we just do it that way, and the flavor is just as good. I promise y'all. And as Mama said, 1/4 of an 1/8 of a teaspoon or 1/4 of a teaspoon is not near enough sage. So I'm going to put, let me measure for y'all, because I know y'all will say, how much did you put? So this is 1/4 of a cup. So I'm going to put, not 1/4 of a cup, but instead of just dumping it in there, I'm going to put about 1/8 of a cup more of sage. I know some of you are going to say, that's too much. It really, for us, it's not. because we like it sagey. Then for the poultry seasoning, I'm going to take that lid off, and I'm going to go ahead and put, because now this is some of the similar seasonings. I'll go ahead and say I'm putting 1/8 of a cup of poultry seasoning in there too. Now remember, this is a big old batch. If you're making smaller, you're going to use smaller. Always, your measurements are subject to whatever you're making, the amount-wise. So there is that. Stir, stir. Get some of that flavors in there. I can already tell the color is changing to more of that look. Now, some people don't like sage. They don't put any in it, and that's fine. Remember, this is for you and your family. If you know what they eat, by all means, put what they eat in here. And now I'm going to get this rest of this broth that Mama's making. Mama, here's some butter. You want to add that butter to, because I just put 3 tablespoons in it. So we'll end up putting a whole stick of butter in this before we're said and done. And then all you have to do with this, because everything in this, if you'll notice, I have not put anything that's not cooked in here yet. Everything in here is going to be completely done. So all you'll do is put it in a pan and you will bake it. Another thing we do, we probably won't today, but especially if it's just me and Mama making some for us to eat, we'll put this in muffin tins. Just grease them and put them in a muffin tin and you get that crunch. Maybe your family, everybody likes the corner piece of the dressing. Put it in a muffin tin. It's all corners that way. They're round, but they're all corners. You have that crunch all the way around. So some people, they like that crunchy. They don't like the middle. Mama likes hers thin. She'll put it in a pan, and it'll be probably 1.5 inches thick at that, if maybe not even 1 inch. I can do it anyway. Sometimes I'll make it thick. Now, when we used to cater meals, we would make it thick so it would take up less room, and then we would use an ice cream scoop and scoop it out. I'm sure you've had it that way.
We did that at school.
And Mama said they did that at school. But she always likes hers thin because you get more crunch. Now, Mama really likes it in the muffin tins because of that crunch, don't you, Mama?
Yeah, and it bakes so much faster, too.
Yeah, bakes faster. You got me some more liquids, Mama?
Well, you know, if I'd have turned it on, it wasn't
Mama's
bad.
heating in the microwave. If she'd have turned the microwave on, it would be done by now. That's what she's trying to say.
You believe everything I say.
Mama, they heard you. Did y'all hear her? Let me see what this image says. They heard you, Mama.
Oh.
Lots of black pepper. Is that what you like, Brenda? Is lots of black pepper? We don't put a lot of black pepper in. I would, because I love black pepper. Are you having family over? We're not having the whole family over. We're having my aunt and uncle, and that's who we always have Thanksgiving with. And so we've all been exposed, been around each other. They live here local and close, and they're in and out of here all the time. So the COVID is a real thing, and I really understand. I mean, in the past, we've had, 35 people here, or 30, 40 in the past. But today, it's just going to be a smaller version, but it's family that we've been around the whole time, and family that we always have Thanksgiving. So we was together a month ago, I think, and we all survived. Every one of us, thank the goodness. And so we are doing it again today. This is too dry. As soon as Mama gets that liquid, I'm gonna put it in here, mix it in, and it'll be ready to put in a pan and bake. But it's way too dry right now. It's not hard. People act like dressing is a hard thing. It's not, and I'd rather, we'll make up a small batch sometimes just to eat instead of doing stovetop stuffing, because it's almost as quick. You can mix up in a small bowl, put it in the oven, about like cornbread. It doesn't take that long. Mama, whatever you got there, bring it, and we'll get it in here.
It's not melted. I told you I forgot to turn the light on.
It's been there 1.5 minutes, though. It'll melt. It'll melt when we bake.
Melt when we bake.
It'll melt when we bake, Mama. Melt when you bake. Melt it away. That's all mixing up really good. And you just keep adding broth. You can add a little bit of water to it. See, that's hot. It'll melt shortly. Thank you, Mama. And I'm just going to add all this because I can already tell you it's going to take it all.
I've got some of this other broth hot if you need it.
Okay. If I need it, I'll set butter right there. It's going to melt. Just stir right in there. I'll know it when I see it. I'll know when it's at the right consistency when I see it. Now, some of y'all who didn't watch the previous videos, we used biscuit pone bread, and that's where Mama makes it a little thinner, pours it in a 9x9 stainless steel cooking, like for brownie pan, really is what it is. And she makes it into a pone, and then we just crumble it up and put it in here. And then we used 2 pounds of cornbread, but really and truly it didn't get a whole 2 pounds because we had... No, I'm done with that, Mama. We had some butter that needed to be used up.
Oh, Johnny, we ate it.
We ate it. It was hot and fresh out of the oven. So we ended up eating about a half a pound, but there was 4 of us. I'm not lying. So it's a pound and a half, folks. It's like eating butter cake, Mama said. This is getting to be just about right. Mama, I need about another cup or so. You want it to be, this would be okay to bake, and some people say, oh, that's plenty good. We like ours moist when it comes out of the oven. So if you want it moist when it comes out of the oven, put it in a little wetter than what you would think. So add for baking. So Mama's got some hot in the skillet, in the kettle over there, not the skillet. And I'm going to put it in here. There you come. Pour it right in there, Mama.
That's a cup.
1 more cup. Oh, you've done it now. You've ruined it. No. Watch this, folks. You see this? You're dealing with bread, dry bread. Now look at all that liquid. I'm going to stir that right in, and it's going to go right away, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. And then I'm going to get these 2 professionals to taste of it before I put it in a pan. And they'll give me a good judgment. They hold no... Mama, you all know Mama's strict. And you know she won't give me any slack. And she'll embarrass me in front of my friends if she gets a chance. Mama was that mama when you was a kid. It didn't matter who was here. She'd yell at you. And if they done something, she'd yell at them too. Everybody got yelled at.
I want kids to be home.
Everybody got yelled at.
If they let you.
All right, Mama. This is perfection. I want to let y'all see what perfection looks like. See here how it, when you cut through it, it don't hold. It'll go back on itself. That's what I want. I don't want it so dry that it would hold that shape. I want it to, when you stir it or cut through it, you see that spoon coming in there from the right? That's Mama.
That was Bernice. She's got it in her hand.
Mama, you are flipping.
I got it in her hand. She's got it in her hand.
These girls. It's like having 2 mamas here because they're both just alike. All right, Mama, get your face over here where they can see your truth.
It's good. I meant Bernice. Yeah.
Oh, you heard that? I got 2 goods. And you all know Mama don't pass some out. She'll go, it's okay. Which
He
means...
ain't let me eat since late yesterday.
Oh, Mama, you keep talking like that, they're going to come take you away.
I'll take you is what they're supposed to do.
No, they'll come and get you. They'll say, Lord, that poor little woman starved to death. Okay. They both said good. I'm going to tell you what I think. I didn't add any more salt, but that chicken broth's got salt in it and all those other things. So you seen that little dab of salt I put in there and that little dab of pepper is all that got put in here, and that was in the original liquid. These girls don't lie. That is great. So if y'all follow this, you'll have some great dressing. Now I'm not going to bore y'all with the dipping it up in the pan because y'all have seen that. I'm just going to lightly butter a pan. And Mama, what are you going to bake this in?
A thick pan for you.
A thick pan for me, she said. Mama will bake it in a thin pan for her too. There's enough here for 2 pans. And this will be awesome. And we'll bake this up and it'll be done. We won't even put it in. We're going to eat in about 45 minutes, so we'll put it in about 5 minutes or so here. Mama's showing me what she's going to put it in.
Well, I'm trying to get it out.
You're going to put it in both of those probably, right?
Put it in this one. Would you like for me to spray it a little bit?
She'll spray this pan. You see the thickness. I'll fill it about half full, and then we'll put Mama one. Are you gonna do some muffin tins?
No.
You like them?
I like them, but I don't have the room.
She don't have the room. So I'm gonna get off from here, off from this video. Y'all have seen me do deviled eggs. I'm gonna devil some eggs. And Mama, what's my next chore? Deviled eggs.
We just got deviled eggs and potatoes. And
Deviled eggs and mashed potatoes. And this meal will be done. The carrots are done. The corn's done. The apples are done. I always tell Mama, put this over the stove so nobody falls.
Over the sink, you say.
Over the sink. Don't put it over the stove. It's flammable. Okay, Mama. I guess you want me to show them dipping it up.
Yeah.
Why, yeah, she said.
Do it all if you're going to do
These
it.
people are busy, Mama. It's Christmas Day.
I know it. You're holding them up. Shame on you.
So I'm just putting a little over half of that in there. And all I'm going to do here is just spread it down. And you can see it's going to be about 2 inches thick. And that's it, folks. Just pat it down. And we'll put this in the oven and it's ready to go. And I'm going to get some eggs going here. Do y'all want to see more deviled eggs? Y'all, I've done that 2 or 3 times. I think about everybody out there knows how to make deviled eggs by now, or stuffed eggs, whatever y'all want to call them. We've always called them deviled eggs, and it's really not referring to the devil. It's just putting stuffing back in them, like deviled crab or deviled mushrooms. Folks, that's it. Now this will get covered with a sheet of aluminum foil, and we'll bake this. And we'll bake this for about 30 minutes, and that will be done. Everything in it's done. All you're doing is putting a brown layer on, and at the very 10 minutes, we'll take the last 10 minutes, we'll take that aluminum foil off and let it get a good brown on it. Folks, you can eat it with a spoon. It's so good. And that's it. So I've got some videos, and I was going to post them first thing this morning. I've got some videos of Mama's candy. I think we done some live yesterday. We've done some videoed. So anything that's on video, I'm going to send out to y'all today. It might be tonight, but it will be done Christmas Eve, and it's chocolate candy,
Chocolate fudge.
chocolate fudge, and
Off of the old Hershey cocoa can.
off the old Hershey cocoa can. And
Granny's peanut.
was Granny's peanut butter live? I can't remember what we did, folks. Can you all remember? Somebody tell me, did we do that live? It's been a whirlwind. I've done cheese balls and fudge and everything else. John, that pan you're baking your dressing in, how deep is it? It looks about
9 to
3 inches
13
deep.
regular cake
I
pan.
love that pan. This is a cake pan. And it is about a 2-inch pan. So I've got about 1 inch or so of dressing in it. And it's just a cake pan. I don't know the brand of it. It don't say. But we usually use it for we usually use it for dressing, but you could bake a sheet cake in it, and it's got the rounded corners. But that is the dressing for that, and I've got enough here, Mama.
You want me to spray this one?
Spray that one, and I'll make you some. Mama likes it thin. She likes it thin and crunchy. I like it about this thick. I like it a little bit of the middle, a little bit of the top. Now this is Mama's little personal pan, like personal pan pizzas. This will be Mama's personal pan dressing. This Mama's going to know she don't pick out on the whole thing. This is an old pan that Mama's had for years. Probably come with a cookware set when she first got married, didn't it, Mama?
It was when I first got married, but it didn't come with the set.
She said there wasn't no set. I just make it up as I go. No, I don't. I really thought it did come with a set. Now I'm just putting, this one is about 1 inch pan, and I'm just putting it about half full. So it's going to be about a 1/2 inch of dressing in here, and it'll be good and crunchy, and that's the way Mama likes it. And if we can, I'll show you later. I don't know if the family will let me film while they're here. They may say no. But if they will, you see my aunt, she won't come over here. She's been here the whole time, but she won't. She says no. She come over yesterday though, didn't you, Bernice? She's They can't hear
Yes.
Everybody's shy. Okay. Mama, is that too thick?
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Mama said that half-heartedly. Did you hear? You did all right.
Hey, it's coming out the corner.
There's Mama's in that little 1-inch. There you go, Mama. Oh, look here, folks. I do want to show you this. I want to show you how Christmassy and beautiful this is and how just perfect on the table. This is just a white casserole dish, and look at those red apples. Now that says Christmas, doesn't it? Beautiful red apples. And they're so easy. Nothing that Mama and I really fix is that complicated. I mean, this dressing's not complicated. The ham, Mama put it in this morning. The turkey, she put it in this morning with some seasoning in it. On it, it's probably what you put on, Mama. Butter, sage, salt, and pepper.
On my turkey.
Come over, Mama.
Yes, on my turkey I put butter, salt and pepper, and sage and butter. And I put it in a little old-timey roasting pan. Now, I've had it ever since I was married. And I covered it with aluminum foil.
And that's all she put. What about the ham, Mama? Just water?
I wrapped the
Come
ham.
over, Mama.
Oh, I'm too wide for
Put
the
a
camera.
cord right here. I'm going to get a cord with a clip. Mama, clip it to her belt loop. Come here, Mama. Mama, don't embarrass me in front of my friends on Christmas.
On my ham, all I did is wrap it in heavyweight aluminum foil and put it in a pan and put some water around it and baked it. I usually make up a glaze of mustard and jelly and brown sugar, but then it seems like it's sweeter when you want to fry leftovers for breakfast. And our pastor that we had years ago, his wife, all she done, she said, I don't put nothing on mine.
She made the best ham.
And it was good.
And Mama said, oh, how did you make that? And she said, water and aluminum foil. And Mama said, that's it. She said, that's it. I just put water in it and I bake it with aluminum foil. And it all tints over it and it stays in there and it's moist and it's delicious. Mama, don't get burnt now. Folks, I didn't mean to keep you on here this long. I totally blame Mama.
Here is the ham. I've got water in the pan. It's about boiled out. And you see, I've just wrapped the aluminum foil around it good and tight. And we'll see a piece of
Don't get burnt, Mama. I still have my asbestos hands from...
it. Done, looks like.
Done. It's ready to eat. Well, Mama, you didn't let him look at it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See how fast she is? Okay, so here's the ham. It's a bone-in ham.
Cooked away from the bone.
Cooked away from the bone. It's done. We're going to temp it with our thermometer over here. And we'll make sure it's done. And that's it, folks. Now, what you can do,
Down in the center.
and what I recommend you do, is do it just like this. And then if you do want to glaze it and put it back in there for 15 minutes instead of cooking it in the glaze. It tends to work a little better. I'm going to go right down in here and around this bone. See what we get to. Quickly, we're getting up there. 167.
Pork only has to be 145.
145 for pork, Mama says. This is 167, Mama.
I'll keep it in here and keep it warm.
160 now there. Hundreds. Mama says it's going back in the oven anyway. Don't worry about it. So, it's done. It was done when we put it in there. It was fully cooked.
I think I had the papers on. Somebody threw them away in the garbage.
Who does that to who?
And,
She does it to me all the time.
and I think it's 15 minutes. 15 minutes per pound of meat.
It is.
So
I read
this
the
has
paper
been in
before I
there
threw it away.
at 8 something. So it's well done.
Folks, we're gearing up for a wonderful Christmas. We had a wonderful Christmas Eve. We had folks down, or our family down, and we had the cheese balls. And I think the #1 rated cheese ball was the Mama's Pepper Jelly Cheese Ball. They all liked it. My uncle said he did not. He's gone. Or I'd make him tell y'all. He did not like that dill pickle. He said that dill pickles was for hamburgers. I loved it. Mama loved it. Mama, tell him. Tell him, Mama. Tell him.
I liked it. It was a whole lot similar to the ham roll-up.
It tastes, if you like the ham roll-ups with the dill pickle and the sour cream and the ham, and you roll them up, eat them on a toothpick, it tastes just like that, only it's just in a ball. And then we put it on a cracker, and it was delicious. I loved it.
Okay, here goes probably the burned up turkey.
Burned up turkey, Mama.
Woo!
Don't touch it, Mama. Let me.
Is it burnt?
No, it ain't burnt up. This is just the breast. Mama, you pulled all the goodie off. Do y'all like turkey skin if it's good and charred? Me too.
And I put the breast upside down.
That's the reason it looks like this. Now, what you'll do, if you will bake your turkey, I'm going to show them this. I'm going to show them this.
Here.
Hand me in. Okay. Now, this turkey don't look the best because it's baked upside down.
It's a turkey breast.
It's a turkey breast. It's not a whole turkey, but it's baked upside down. We normally, if we do a big turkey, we bake it upside down in a browning bag. Especially old shows, you'll watch them. They'll open the pan up and they'll baste that turkey every 15 minutes. This turkey is on constant baste because it's upside down. The breast is on the bottom. Now I want to show you this, and I'll try to come back and show you Mama's baked this one too. It's going to fall apart. But what you do is you bake it upside down. Before it gets quite this done, turn him over. Just like this. Okay. I don't know what happened. We went away. And then somebody came to the door. But I don't know how much you've seen. Anyhow, you turn it over, break it breast side down, turn him over, put him back in the oven, on broil, and let it brown good. And you're going to get that beautiful, picturesque brown Maggie, we know. Thank you for saving our lives. She has saved us from friends and neighbors and mailmen and UPS guys. She is such a watchdog. Thank you, Maggie.
She wants a treat. She ain't
Maggie says Merry Christmas, too. Merry Christmas. Maggie, was that Merry Christmas? She was singing to y'all, she said. Anyway, you leave it uncovered, and you put it back in there, and you brown that good and golden brown, and then you put that on your platter, and you can carve it, and it's beautiful. And that white meat is so moist and delicious. It is wonderful. So that is the turkey breast. We would have cooked a whole turkey, but we won't eat a whole turkey. About everybody only likes the white meat except me and my cousin's wife. She likes the dark meat. Everybody else likes just the white meat. So we'll undercover that, put him back in the oven. He'll be golden brown. Mama, anything else you want to show folks? Huh? Mama's eat a piece of a potato or something over there.
No.
Anything else?
No, this is my little roasting pan I've had ever since I got married.
This is our little roasting pan. Y'all have one of these? It's a little black pan with the white speckles on it.
It's called blue granite.
It came with Mama's first stove, I guess.
No.
Blue granite. You know, they used to come with a stove. Do they still come with a stove?
No.
They don't?
You don't get nothing.
You don't get nothing now, Mama said.
You don't even get the pigtail with the stove. You have to get it separate.
Mom still tore it because she don't even get a plug-in with her stove. You have to buy that separate. Folks, we're going to go. We've been on here for a long time. Mama, come over here and let's say goodbye. We may be back on live. If y'all want me to show deviled eggs, shoot some hearts up. If you don't, I'll leave y'all alone. Potato?
No, piece of turkey.
Piece of turkey, she said. Okay, so we're gonna go off from here now, and oh, there comes some hearts. Y'all want the deviled egg video? Okay, I'll come back when I do the deviled eggs in just a few minutes. And Mama, let's say Merry Christmas and goodbye.
Merry Christmas and bye for now.
Merry Christmas, and y'all have a great day. Make you some memories, find you something good to eat, and enjoy the day. And remember, happy birthday to baby Jesus, because he is the reason for the season. Y'all have a great day. Merry Christmas.